Hey guys, Coach Jesse here. In today's video, I'm going to take you through the naked get up. So let me just take my shirt off. No, the naked get up is actually a regression and a starting point for the Turkish get up. Okay, so if you've never done this fantastic exercise before, this is a fantastic starting place for you. It's the unloaded get up. Okay, now the goal of the Turkish get up is to start lying down with the weight overhead, stand it up, and get back down with perfect shoulder mechanics. So, if you've never done this exercise before, if you've seen people do it online and you think, damn, that's awesome, I want to give that a shot, don't go and grab a kettlebell straight off the bat. Try this, because if you can't master the unloaded version, it's very unlikely you're going to be able to master the loaded version straight out of the gate. So, what I'll do is I'm going to give you a demonstration, and then you can practice this in your own time, and I'll talk you through the key points of the exercise as we go. So, 1 rep with the left-sided get up. My left side will be the loaded arm. So, that is the naked get up. It's the unloaded version. There are a few things you're looking for when doing this exercise. 1, you have a vertical or near vertical arm. So that is the loaded side. So for me, on that side was my left. My left arm should remain locked out with my fists, my knuckles facing the ceiling pretty much at all times as I transition through every stage of the get up. What I'll do is I'll do a right-sided get up for you, and I'm going to talk you through the different steps. The initial setup, when you lay down on your back, you want to think of being in a snow angel position. So that's where the legs are kind of out to the side, and then I'll talk you through the nuances from there. So it's a right-sided get up now. Laying on your back, right hand directly above the shoulder. What I like to do is reach my knuckles to the ceiling, and then try to suck this shoulder down into its socket. So now it is connected to my torso. I have snow angeled my legs, so they're out on an angle. Foot replaces the knee on the kettlebell side. Free hand at the hip pocket, and then outstretch the elbow. I like to use this finger to point, because this is the direction I'm going to travel. I'm not trying to do a crunch or a sit-up, I am going diagonally. I'm pushing with this foot across to this elbow, in that direction. Packing the shoulder, here we go. Hold. I always encourage my students to hold each position. It shows control and it shows strength. The fist is still above the shoulder. Watch your imaginary kettlebell at all times, unless you're doing this next part, which is to check your free arm is packed. So I'm going to turn my head, I'm going to rotate my head, and you're trying to locate your elbow. If you can't locate your elbow, I can't see it here. You can see my shoulder is right near my ear. This means this shoulder is unpacked and unstable, not a strong position, even unloaded. So, the way we correct that is by pushing the floor away with the elbow hard. Right here, I'm just hanging out down at the beach or at the park with my mates. It's not a strong position at all. So I push the floor away, slowly check the head rotation. Yes, I can see my elbow, next position. Hand flat, fingers splayed wide. Press to the hand, fingertips rotate backwards. So that's what we call squash the bug. Imagine there's a bug under your hand, you squash that bug and you press to that hand. Kettlebell arm is still straight, and this arm is straight as well to pack the shoulder. Foot to foot, like so, for the low sweep. We push into the left hand over here, and we walk the shin out the back. There's my head rotation. Yes, I can see my hand, the arm is straight, and the arm is straight. The next part is a hinge. You're going to try and send your hips back to the heel of this foot. Hips go back, and then you get nice and tall into half kneeling. From this position, you no longer need to look at the kettlebell. This position is what is known as proprioceptive vertical, meaning you want to experience this sensation of what is vertical. You should understand and know the ceiling is always there. You are always trying to press to the ceiling with a locked arm, like so. So that's why I'm just looking straight ahead. I take a breath in, through the nose, brace the stomach, and stand it up. The easiest way to remember which way to get down is by tapping the leg. So if my kettlebell is overhead, tap and lunge. Big lunge, hold. It's a soft landing. The next part we do is what's called a windscreen wiper. I'm going to turn my back heel to the wall across there on the kettlebell side. So this allows me to now move from my hips as opposed to my low back. Hand at the hip, push the hips back, there's another hip hinge, follow the thigh, plant the hand and load the hand. Look at the straight line. Wrist, elbow, shoulder, shoulder, elbow, wrist. I can now insert my leg on a diagonal and put my bum down on the floor, still pressing the floor away. Take a breath in, unsquash the bug, fingertips will rotate. Instead of facing backwards, they will now face forwards. Hold at the elbow. I'm not at the park, I'm not at the beach, I have a heavy kettlebell above my head. Push the earth away, hold that position, get your shoulder away from your ear. Breath in, brace your stomach for a punch, and then push yourself away from the hand. Very simple, isn't it? So that is the naked get-up, okay? If you are new to Turkish get-ups, or if you want something as a little bit of just movement prep or mobility, this is a great exercise. You should have access to head rotation in pretty much all of those positions. So if I'm doing the first step, and I can't see my elbow, it means that this shoulder is not stabilised. It's not a strong position. I don't want to put load on an unstable joint. Push that earth away. You want to think of driving this elbow down into the floor hard. Okay? So, take your time with it, enjoy the process, and that right there, guys, is the naked get up.